Mm. And I learned how to do control testing first. Because fortunately, I never uploaded my video on the importance of your clear coats that you use with your polish job. Because as it turns out, the reasons that I love the polish I use for a base coat wound up being the same reasons I hate it. So, I used to fiend. I guess in a way, I was asking Goddess. I just want a base coat that's going to be easier. I was like, remember when you were young and your polish didn't just chip off, like it would peel. You could peel it all the way off sometimes. De- Again, depending on the brand. Yeah, I can't remember what brand I would even use because I didn't paint my nails like that when I was a little girl. Tomboy problems. So I don't know what that was. All I knew is that there was some polishes that would peel off rather than chip off, and that's what I preferred because then I could just peel them once they started peeling off. I could just peel them all off and just repaint everything, right? Well, in doing our own nails during our pandemics, my initial thought was, okay, hey, it's cool to have this that peels off instead of chips off because the glitter made it harder to come off. Remember, I was having to soak it in the polish remover and I couldn't use the non-acetone because that was some bullshit. Yeah, I was like, well, wouldn't it be cool to have that polish, use the top, whatever type of quality of polish peels off as a base coat so that when it starts aging, you could just peel them all off and start all over. Well, that's not a good idea. Also, not a good idea because of just like it's a good idea due to the pandemic situation, it's not a good idea due to the pandemic situation because in cooking for ourselves, those things that are peeling off in really big flakes in unnecessary places. Okay, so I don't want to be cooking dinner and we eating dinner and now all of a sudden half my nail polish is gone and we don't know where it is. So I don't want to do that any more than I want to eat Teflon. So that made me rethink the situation and go, well, maybe it's best to use the top coat as the base coat because I have this super shine top coat polish. Also cheap, But I said, let me try that. I was like, because I feel like it's thinner, and really, I primarily use a base coat just to protect my nails from whatever color I'm going to use. My base coats are just protection anyway, and not to add any visual aesthetics to the look of the polish. So I said, well, let me try uh, this this shiny top coat as a base coat because it's thin, it still dries fast, and it'll just serve as that small layer of protection. And since it serves as such a thin layer of protection, it's not thick like that base coat that'll peel off. Since it serves as such a thin layer of protection, it will probably also allow the polish to adhere to the nail, yet while it is still protecting the nail, but it will let the color adhere to the nail. So maybe that will be beneficial. And it turns out that it is. So, needless to say, I'm going to go get some more of that polish to use as a base coat. So, the moral of the story is if the characteristics, if the differences in characteristics between a base coat versus a top coat, now we need this education because we're doing our own nails now, right? So if this ain't your cup of tea, if this don't grind your gears, skip it or fast forward. I'll do my part and try to cut this part out and make it its own video. But anyway, and being that oddball, unpopular opinion bitch that I am, I think that the qualities in a base coat are valuable as a top coat. And the qualities of a top coat, aside for the aesthetics, are most ideal for a base coat, right? You want something thin that's just going to offer a small layer of protection between your nails and the color, but also adhere the color. And on the top coat, you want something that's thick enough, particularly if you're using glitter in your polish, thick enough to coat the whole, both layers of polish and the glitter, just as a whole, and make it all come together in one. And make it all marry well together. And boom. And it's not peeling off the next day. So, yeah. But we'll see if I end up having to soak it again, since it does serve well as and allows the polish to adhere. I might have to soak it again. But again, not a bad thing, because that means your polish is primarily going to stay put. And whereas we liked how easily that thick base coat helped remove the polish in one big peel. You don't want that one big peel to fall off on its own terms somewhere inappropriately. I'm glad I made the sandwich too, because the oatmeal's not hitting the spot. Okay, let me get some work done. Should I go? Look at the lace. It's supposed to be 80 for the next 3 days. Good morning. Oh, I'm proud of myself. Look what I did. This kept sagging down, and you can see how my titty is hanging. I haven't even hit this yet. You would think I did, but I got to where I like Mister's. He doesn't like when I call one his and one mine, but I love that about him too. So what I did was, this has a double strap, conveniently. So what I did was, I don't know how I did that. Well, look, now I know I didn't take it off, because that's why it's right there. Ugh, bro. This one was so easy to do. What's going on? I'm gonna go take this off and do it evenly and be back with my titties cut. That took so much longer. Okay. So yeah, so now my titties are carried. Oh, I wanted to come on tell you before about last night before I forgot. Because my agent has been doing his part. Well, he's been doing a couple of things. I'm gonna go ahead and peel that. Oh, that came off. I have to find myself some more clear polish to serve as a base for this, because as you can see, this one came off. This one came half off. I know all I have to do is this for the rest to come off. Oops. So I need a clear polish that I can use for a base coat. I wonder if I just repaint those 2 nails. I'm just gonna redo those 2 and see if they can keep up with the rest of the week. It is time for me to redo my nails. So I like the convenience of not needing polish remover, quite frankly, but I don't want it to come off unbeknownst to me. I want to know that it's time. I may use that same backdrop color and do purple or blue. I haven't done those in a while. I never do red. I'd be disrespectful to red, because red has always been a girl makeup thing, and y'all know I'm a rebel. Chapstick my lips and go out in the garden a little bit. It's a gloomy, rainy day, but it needs to be, because my stuff I transplanted out, and it's do or die right now. So it's going to have to decide if it's going to do or die.